The little boy opened the scroll and saw that his mother was about to get slapped, but he simply used a pen and turned the slap into a split. The woman who was about to slap his mother actually did a perfect split. The little girl saw the bad guy and asked her dad for 1 million yuan as a penalty. She led her brother to a secluded spot, and with a wave of her hand, a treasure basin appeared. She placed a banknote inside, and it instantly turned into 2. She added 2 more, and it became 4. In no time, the money piled up into a small mountain. It turned out that the siblings had been cultivating on a mountain since they were young. Their master was a true immortal. One day, their master called them over, giving the boy a scroll that could change fate. It could alter anything that would happen in the next 15 minutes. He gave the little girl a treasure basin, saying it could replicate anything. Then, he told them that their parents were in a difficult situation and asked the siblings to go down the mountain to save them. With a wave of his hand, he sent them to the bottom of the mountain, where they landed in the middle of the road. Unexpectedly, a car came speeding towards them from behind. The driver panicked and slammed on the brakes, but the car still knocked them down. Just as the man was about to call the police, the boss told him to let the children die in the crash and not take any responsibility. But the man was a righteous person. He immediately opened the car door and ran to check on the kids, not realizing they were his own children. It wasn't until they hugged him and shouted "Dad" that he realized it was them. The man was overjoyed. At that moment, the boss stepped out of the car and punched the man to the ground. The siblings stood in front of him, protecting their father. The boss saw it was a family of 3 and accused them of intentionally causing an accident to extort money. He loudly called over passers-by to judge the situation. The crowd started blaming the father, but the boy explained that they came from the sky. The onlookers found this completely absurd. The little boy then took out the fate-changing scroll and saw that his father was about to get hit. Sure enough, he saw the boss about to strike his father. He changed the hit into a kiss. The next second, the boss indeed just kissed the father. Both the man and the boss were stunned. The man felt utterly disgusted. The boss thought he might have some personal issues. The man then declared that he wouldn't work as a driver for the boss anymore. He said he was going to take his children home to reunite. Unexpectedly, the boss pulled out a contract and told the man that he owed 1 million yuan for breaching the contract. The man had signed the unreasonable contract back then because he had no choice. He needed to save his mother. At that moment, the girl could only beg a lady on the side of the road, promising to repay 10 times what she borrowed. Seeing how pitiful the girl was, the lady directly handed her $100. While the man was still worried about the penalty, the girl took out the treasure basin her master had given her and duplicated the banknote, turning 1 into 2 and 2 into 4. Before long, they had accumulated enough for the penalty. When they arrived in front of the crowd with a bag of money, everyone was stunned. Not only that, they also returned 10 times the amount to the lady who lent them money. The boss, however, didn't believe that 2 little kids could have so much money. He immediately declared that it must be counterfeit. He then called the police to have them arrested, but the girl insisted the money was real. The boss still refused to believe it and boasted that if it was real money, he would eat it all. Just then, the lady realized that all the money was real. At that moment, the boss had no choice but to keep his word and prepared to eat all the money.